Hey there everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing another recipe with all of you, and that is my lemony chicken soup with kale and mushrooms. Here, I just want to say hello and welcome. My name is Marissa. I'm a pharmacist and holistic health coach, and here on my channel I make videos on how to live a holistic lifestyle so that you can live a more balanced and healthier life. If you're interested in following along, then definitely consider subscribing. Okay, so let's just jump right into the recipe. So what we're going to do is start by prepping all of our ingredients, starting with the onion. So I wanted to show how to chop an onion in case you don't know or feel like intimidated by it. But if you wanted to save yourself some time, then you could always just get yourself some frozen chopped onion from the grocery store. And so what we do with the onion is basically cut off each end and peel off the outer layer. And then we're going to make vertical cuts about 3/4 of the way through the onion, and then turn it on its side and then do 3/4 cuts horizontally into the onion. And then when you slice down vertically, it really gives you a great, nice, like rough chop for the onion that we are looking for. So go ahead and chop up a full onion and go ahead and set that off to the side. Now we are going to prepare the garlic. So you're going to need 2 to 3 cloves for this recipe. I used 3 when I was actually making it. And so go ahead and take off the outer peel, and then we can go ahead and chop it and then mince it. Little trick, if you ever have trouble getting the peel off of the garlic, is to use your knife in the way that I am doing right there. Just be real careful not to hurt yourself. And then once you take the peel off, then go ahead and start chopping and mincing that up into the desired size that you like. Now, I wanted to say that if you wanted to save yourself some time when preparing this soup, that you could just buy pre-minced garlic from the grocery store. It's usually found in the refrigerated section, but I did want to show it again just in case you didn't know or you felt intimidated by it. Once you're done with that, you can go ahead and grab your lemon. And what I like to do is just kind of press and roll the lemon on like my countertop or the cutting board, and it really helps to kind of release the juices in the lemon and makes it a lot easier to juice it when we need to. Now we're going to slice up some mushrooms. If you wanted to save yourself a step here, then you could just buy pre-sliced mushrooms from the grocery store. Just give them a quick rinse under some cold water, and then you are good to go. And now we can go ahead and prep our kale. So that is 1 bunch of kale that you see right there, and we are going to use half of it. And so what we need to do is destem it, rinse it under some cold water, and then roughly chop it into bite-sized pieces. The easiest way that I have found to destem kale is to hold the stem in one hand and then using the other hand to pull the leaves down or away from the stem in like one continuous motion. And then whatever's left you can kind of just pull off with your hands. And then 2 more vegetables that we will be adding into the soup are carrots and celery. I just forgot to film the preparation for it, but for the celery, I like to cut them in half and leave them pretty large in size because I like to pick them out at the end when the soup is done cooking. And then I cut the carrots into bite-sized pieces. And now for the chicken part of this recipe. So I am using chicken thighs with the bone and skin on it, but you can use boneless and skinless if you want. I just like to cook with the bone because it adds more nutrients into the soup. And so what we're going to do is I put a little bit of salt and pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder on them. And then I wanted to brown them quick on each side in a large pot with a little bit of avocado oil. And then when you are done with that, you can take them out and you can start to saute your onions and garlic. Give them a little dash of salt and pepper and give it a good stir and allow that to saute. Now we want want the onions and the garlic to brown, but we don't want them to burn, and they can do that pretty quickly, especially after the chicken has been browning in there. So if you need to, you can always add in a little bit of water into the bottom of the pot just to help deglaze that and prevent it from burning. And when they are all done, this is what they will look like. And so now we can add the chicken thighs back into the pot. And now that the chicken thighs are back in the pot, we can start adding in some water. So this is 4 cups of water. We will be adding more later on, but this is just to help get the soup started. And now using a wooden spoon, you can go ahead and give it a good stir, and then also use it to help you scrape up the brown bits that are stuck to the bottom of the pot. Those brown bits add a lot of flavor and color to this soup. And now we can go ahead and add in the remaining ingredients, which are lemon juice, celery sticks, the carrots, eight more cups of water, and 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. And this is what the soup looks like when it's all put together. So now we're going to bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat and allow it to simmer for at least 2 to 3 hours. And when it is done, this is what it will look like. So now at this point, you can remove the chicken thighs from the soup, set them off to the side, and allow them to cool. Next, we can go ahead and add in our mushrooms and our kale. For the mushrooms, I like to saute them prior to adding them into the soup. So in a separate frying pan, I sauteed them in a little bit of avocado oil with a dash of salt and pepper, and once they were nice and golden brown, I added them into the soup. Next, you can add in your kale, and then give it all a good stir and cook it for an additional 10 to 20 minutes. And the last thing that we need to do before we get to enjoy this delicious soup is to slice the chicken meat and to get rid of the bone, the skin, any parts of the chicken thigh that you don't like. You can also shred the meat, whatever you prefer. Then go ahead and add it back into the pot and give it all a good stir. And then you can go ahead and ladle it right into your bowl. Top it with some freshly ground black pepper and some pecorino romano cheese, and now you are all set to eat and enjoy. Alrighty, you guys, so that is how you make this recipe. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like to view and or print the full recipe, then head over to my blog. It is all right there, and I will leave a link for that down below in the description box. Otherwise, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!